Numerologist Michelle Arbeau for LotteryUSA.com, and I really have been going through these last couple of weeks with you and telling you how peculiar the numbers are and how they are taking us on a journey and taking us somewhere deeper or to a place that we haven't really been before. So this week is really no different, and I can see why, because this typically happens in the 7th month, because 7 is the deep philosophical number of truth, of course. So it always wants to bring us within. It always wants to be self-reflective or have us share with others our truth, or finding our truth, that kind of thing. So you tend not to see a lot of outer action in the month of July. You tend to see more of this kind of peculiar type energy where it's taking you on some sort of inner journey. And this week is no different, because we're starting off with the master teacher number, and that particular energy it can be one way or the other, because it goes from the double threes, which can be really self-doubting, self-critical, or it can be very positive, with the double threes being inspirational and imaginative. And then you have the 6, which is creativity, creative expression. So it really depends on how you look at it, because we've got the 6. It could be relationships. You could be spending a little bit of time contemplating them, because the 7 follows. And the 7 is the 34-7. So it's really about thinking and intellectual stuff, because 3 is what's leading, and 4 is the foundation number. So you're thinking about your relationship foundations. And then we've got the 8 and the 9 and the 1, but they're all different combinations that we normally don't see. Like, for example, the 35-8. That's more of an insecure 8. It's not a doubtless 8. It's more of a wishy-washy, I don't know, and that doesn't manifest very well. So it's really not about that. It's more about wisdom and knowledge, and getting that feeling of confidence that you know where you're going, where you're headed, and eliminating that doubtful feeling. And then we have the 36-9, which is the most negative of all the 9s, because you've got the 3, which is very self-doubting and self-critical, and then you've got the 6, which is the number of extremes, and then you've got the 9, which is typically high change. However, with this combination, you could go either way. If you're surrounded by positive people, places, and things, it can really be a positive change energy. And if you're not, it can really take you down in the dumps. It can take you into a hole, into what I call the well. And when you hit the bottom, really all you have to do from there is look up and see the light and get to the top again. So it can be a vortex that can really suck you in. So you have to be careful with that one. And then the 37-10, which reduces down to a 1, because 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1. It is communication, yes, and it's also new beginnings, but it's got the 37, which is inspirational with the 3, but the 7 is in the weaker position, so there's a little bit of distrust there. There's a little bit of leeriness. There's a little bit of, I don't know, do I trust this? Do I trust this level of communication that we're having, or that I'm having with myself? So it's really taking you in a vastly different place, and it's really fascinating. And then we have the 38-11, which is a really global energy. Anyone who has the 38-11 as their life path number usually seeks a global path, and they're usually in the spotlight. So this is going to take you to a place that you can envision where you're supposed to be and what you're supposed to be doing, because it is the 11, which is the highest spiritual number, and it's like being on the spiritual mountain, like I said before, and looking back to how far you've come and where you're going next. So it's really going to open your eyes to a lot of things. And then we end the week with the most negative form of the 3. The 39, and then 3 plus 9 is 12, and then 1 plus 2 is 3. So we have a lot of energies that we're working with this particular combination. And the 3 and the 9 in particular can really be negative Nelly. They can really drag the 3 down and make it so that you're looking at things in a negative light. So you really have to focus more on that 12, which is the whole and complete number, and 3 is the number of unity. So it really depends on how you're going to use the energy, but it's really taking you on a journey to look at the numbers in a different way, and that it's fun in a way, you know, to be able to see the flip side of those numbers, because we haven't really been there before. But it's going to bring up a lot of questions for you. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us, because I will answer them on our weekly videos, and all you have to do is send your questions to michelle@lotterieusa.com, and we will definitely respond to you. So that's the week, and I want you to tune in next week, because we're going to have another forecast and a little hint. It might be fairly similar, but you're going to see the light a little bit. So that's the hint for next week. So tune in, and we'll tell you a little bit more on our next horoscope on lotterieusa.com.